I wanted to cover another shorthand approach with if-else statements, which is the ternary operator. This one is common, I use it all the time, and I think it would be really useful for you to know. It's similar to, but not quite the same as this expression right here. It is a shorthand approach, so I'm just going to delete that and get rid of everything, and we'll start from here. So let's say, for example, you had an integer or a value and you wanted to assign it based on some true-false logic. So if it's this, then assign it x. If it's not, then assign it y. So we'll do integer x is equal to 4. So this is not going to be using the ternary operator. At first I'm just going to show what it would look like without the operator. So if I had x is greater than or equal to 2, then I want to run this next line of code. We'll do x, we'll multiply it by 2, else we'll subtract it by 2. And then we'll just debug x. And when we run it, we should get 8. And we do. So what we did is x is greater than or equal to 2, so that's true. So we're going to multiply x by 2 and then assign it back to x. And then if we had it the other way, so if it's less than or equal to 2, so it would be the false, we're going to subtract 2, which we did as well. Now if we didn't want to use this because this is kind of blocky, we can use the ternary operator. And what the ternary operator does is you have a condition, and then after the condition, you determine whether or not you want it to do x or you want it to do y, just like what we did with here, but it looks a little bit different. We use question mark and colon. And how that looks is we are still going to be assigning. So x is going to equal, and then it comes the condition. So x is greater than or equal to 2. And then we use a question mark, and after the question mark, what comes next is going to be what gets assigned if this condition beforehand is true. So we'll do x times 2. Oops, that's 3. And then we do colon, and the colon is going to be for anything that is false, is what we're going to be assigning. So we wanted to do minus 2, x minus 2. Now notice I'm not using these operators for multiplying it and assigning it the value, because we're going to be we're doing the multiplication or the subtraction and assigning it right here. So if I added, which I can show afterwards, that would error. So I can see that x is now 8, because 4 is greater than or equal to 2, and then we take 4 times 2, and equals 8. So then if I do less than, that's false, and because it's false, we're going to get 2. Now if I tried to, let's just go and try to assign it like we did above, we get an error for that. Let's bring this back. Right? And that's the ternary operator. It's very convenient for if you wanted to do if-else logic and wanted to assign a variable.